and welcome to the Nihil channel, and welcome back to Shining Force 2, the Versus campaign. I don't introduce things like that very much, do I? Sean is still here. Say something,
Sorry,
Sean.
I was playing Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Yo, good morning, Nihil channel. Great to be back. We were just talking off stream. I realized why that battle was so easy. It's been a while since I'd played it. Gesha's supposed to summon 9 other enemies when you reach a certain point.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if maybe it would have happened and we just didn't go far enough down the map, or if it's like the Prism Flowers, but I was missing half my force.
I don't think so. Because, the Jaro fight, that didn't do the cutscene either.
That's right, yeah. So there's something about those character controlled where things don't work quite the way that they should. The good news is I think the battle tonight will be much, much cleaner and easier.
Alright, something's happening. I just heard that Gesha lost. All greater devils have been defeated except for Adai. This is a good chance for us to become greater devils. Oh, I love it. I'm sure Zeon will promote us if we can get the jewel. Look over there, says the sentient bow. They're coming! Excellent! Welcome to your graveyard! Oh, and we're just in. Alright, what on earth is that? The Hydra. Yeah, that's what I thought that looked like, so they did a good job. Alright, I was gonna actually go visit that other town, but I didn't get to. Oh, there's guys there, okay.
If you want to egress, there's definitely some interesting story to be found in another town, so
it
might not be a bad idea.
We'll do it at the end of the battle, how about?
Okay.
So yeah, the events and things don't trigger quite like they're supposed to. And I'm definitely curious as to what that means for the end. I don't know what the final battles look like, but I would imagine there might be some events there that may or may not work, or maybe kind of janky. I have no idea.
I can think of at least one battle that will probably be much easier because the functionality isn't there. But we'll have to find that out next time.
Yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, we were talking about before kind of my thoughts on Shining Force 2 versus 1 and stuff, and this is still going to be one of my favorite games of all time, that's for sure. I feel pretty comfortable saying that.
Now, is that the gameplay, or is it the world? What is it about Shining Force? We know that you played some Fire Emblem games. Those are generally considered to be the peer of this series. What is it that separates Shining Force 1 and 2?
And I love Fire Emblem as well. That's another of my favorite series. But Shining Force, part of it's the gameplay, that it is a little more relaxed. Because Fire Emblem, up until recently, was designed around permadeath. And so they kind of expect that of you. And I don't think it's designed that way anymore. Which makes me a little sad. But it's the gameplay and the world. The world in that sort of anything can happen. But it's also that, like, Fire Emblem is, except for my favorites, which is Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. That's really the main exception in that series to it's all about humans. Most of these are just... most SRPGs are you controlling a lot of humans, and if we want to get real daring today, we'll throw an elf in there, and I'm like, ooh. It's kind of a bummer to not see unique units as much. And I think part of it is that I started with Shining Force, so I got very spoiled. But I'm like, where are my space hamsters? Where is my living golem? Like, you know, stuff like that. Especially when the enemies have stuff like that. I'm like, I want to be that guy.
It's interesting you say that. Fire Emblem is even the enemies. There aren't a lot of non-human enemies. Until you said it, I hadn't thought about it. But you know, when a dragon appears in Fire Emblem, you know the game's almost over.
Yes. Yeah, there's very few that are not human. And that's not just Fire Emblem. That seems to me to be SRPGs as a whole. Like, just as a genre, there's not that many non-human stuff. And I get that it's harder to do non-human stuff, but like, man, it just really sets you apart. And that's also something I liked in Walk with the Living, the other game I was playing on this channel for a while. I really liked that the main character of that is like an undead skeleton that is reanimated by a necromancer. Because I can't think of, like... He really mixed it up, where... I can't imagine... I haven't played another game where your hero is undead like that, and your main healer is like a necromancer. You know, that was just really unique, too.
Trying to think of other games where that's true. You're right. Some of the great SRPGs. The one that immediately comes to mind is Final Fantasy Tactics.
Always comes to people's mind, and I've not played it, so it's definitely...
Well, and you can play as a monster. You can play as several monsters, but they don't have a personality. You know, you can play as a chocobo. You know, the iconic Final Fantasy bird, and the chocobo even has a name, but it's just a bird. It tweets, it lays eggs, it pecks people. You know, there's nothing nearly as interesting or as character building as Peter, or as, you know, even Luke and Screech in Final Fantasy Tactics. And you're right, that's very different.
Yeah, that kind of is the is what I'm getting at, and I think the exploration is another really big thing. Because something that I really like about all the Shining Force games is hidden characters. To me, that's like, a lot of games say, oh, there's stuff hidden, you should explore. And then the like craziest thing they've hidden is like a pair of shoes. I don't know, I don't think you see swimsuits that much anymore either.
I was thinking of the swimsuit in Shining Force 1.
Yeah, to me that's like very of its time. And I don't know, I've got mixed feelings on that, because I've said before, I don't really care for, like, the waifu stuff. But to me, like, as a kid, like, as an adult, I read context into that I didn't as a kid. So, like, as an adult, I'm like, oh, there's, like, some weird, like, sexual component. But, like, as a kid, I was like, oh, haha, that's funny. So, like Claude's little butt crack. Like, I find that really funny. So, I don't know. I have, like, mixed feelings on, the swimsuits as, like, a hidden thing. I kind of like them.
I agree.
I kind of like them, as, like, a funny thing, but I don't know. I wouldn't read too much into it. I did think it was funny, though, too, when we were talking about the possibility of a mobile game coming out, that people were like, oh no, they're gonna turn, like, you know, Shining Force into waifu stuff, and I'm like, yeah, maybe a little bit, but, I forget, somebody was like, oh no, they're gonna do, like, swimsuit versions of the characters, how awful, and I was like, we already have that. Like, that's a thing.
We do, and, you know, we don't know what's going to be making this video. We had talked in the last video a little bit about modding in Shining Force, and you know, I've been dabbling in modding. I'm certainly not as talented as the mods that you've been looking at, but one of the things that I immediately did is I pulled the swimsuits out. I think you're right. It's kind of silly. It didn't fit with the rest of the game. I'd much rather there be something that's more interesting and thematic hidden in there. But you mentioned the mobile game, and I would love to get your perspective.
One more thought about the swimsuits, too. I think you can hide... It's acceptable to hide just about anything, as well as that's hidden. Like...
That's very true.
No one... Like, I cannot fathom... And there's people, like, neutral that are like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, I clicked on every single tile to see what would happen, and I'm like, what? But I cannot fathom the vast majority of people finding that without knowing it's there. I would never in a million years find that without being told. Like, there's no indicator.
especially in the ones that are in battles where you have to be looking in the middle of a battle. I think that the dress is in the laser eye battle.
Yes.
It's not just a battle; it's one of the most intense battles in the game. To go spend time searching a cliffside during that fight, you're right. I can't imagine doing that.
No, and like all the other ones, like the lawyer, I'm like, all of the hidden items in that are super weird. There's a shotgun, like, I don't know. I don't mind it too much, but you wanted to talk about the mobile game a little bit, so what?
Yeah, your channel has been one of the only sources that I've had on the mobile game, apart from the official trailers. But of course, it was canceled or postponed indefinitely. What are your thoughts on all of that? I know you made a video, but as you reflect on it a few months now, you feeling disappointment, relief?
Not relief, because to me, like, ultimately, even if it was not very good, I was like, oh, somebody besides me and the people I talk to remember this game exists. That's nice. So I'm always going to be appreciative that someone tried. That's kind of how I feel about it, and there's a little disappointment, yeah. I would have, like, I was really looking forward to covering that on this channel, and kind of the way that people covered Fire Emblem Heroes, like doing videos about each character reveal, and giving my thoughts on that, and like keeping up with the metagame and playing it a lot, and yeah, I was really looking forward to creating a lot of content around that, and having like tons of regular Shining Force content coming out, because that's so hard to even imagine, after the drought we've had. At least officially. The modders do a great job, but officially the drought's been very long. So, yeah, definitely bummed still. Because I've said before that I really wanted what Langrisser got to happen to Shining Force, which is that even if you don't like the mobile game, it funds a new Shining game. And I've seen a lot of people too. Here's a hot take. I've seen people say, oh, we need a remaster of Shining Force, or a remake. I really don't want that. And there's a couple of reasons. But the main is that it's so hard to get this feeling already that, like, the 16-bit kind of stuff gives, I think. And it's such a unique feeling. I just wouldn't do that. I would do, if you're going to spend all the money and do all of that, I would just make a new game. Like, give me Shining Force 4, if we're gonna go through all that trouble. Because, like, there's nothing that I need that I don't already, like, I don't need better graphics for Shining Force 1. I really don't. And I don't think the majority of its audience feels like it needs better graphics.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I think and it would be interesting to see it updated mechanically, but that doesn't seem to be what we typically get with games like this. We don't get new mechanics, we get a fresh coat of paint. And yes. I think you're right, a fresh coat of paint is not what Shining Force means.
If that is really something that you're interested in, we have it. It's called Resurrection of the Dark Dragon. It came out in like 2003-ish. I forget what the year is, but it's already out. We already have that. So it's like, is there anything that we didn't on the second time that we would do a third time? I don't think so. I just don't think it's necessary. Especially if we're talking about a large expenditure of funds to do it. I would just much rather something new.
Maybe they can create a game version of the Curse of Zeon.
Yes, that is absolutely what I need. Let's see. Kaizen's not looking the best, but let's do that. But yeah, that's probably one of my hotter Shining Force takes, because a lot of people seem to want a remake or a remaster, and I'm like, no. Do not need that, even a little bit.
think what I would like to see is I'd like to see a localization of Shining Force 3 that can be played on a console that doesn't require a patch or, going certain other unscrupulous ways. I hear so many wonderful things about Shining Force 3, and I've never played it, and I've never had the means to play it.
Yeah. I don't understand, like, Sega's really good about releasing their old games, and I've heard that, the Saturn in particular is really hard to port to other things. Like, I've just heard something about the way the files and stuff work, like, it ends up being really difficult.
Yes, I've heard that from I've talked with some people in the community about that. I've often wondered, it seems as though it's easier to replicate Dreamcast games than it is to replicate Sega Saturn games, which feels backwards. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There's something about the hardware of the Sega Saturn that I guess just makes it really challenging.
Yeah, but at this point, like, I don't know. Something that I wish we would see a lot more is leaning on modding communities. And this is not a Sega-centric thing. Sega does more than most. But I'm like, you have all these talented people that are working on Shining content. Just like, Sega, they would love to just partner with you. Like, just, like, the translation is done. You could... They would help you, you know? There's people that have been really passionate about this for 30 years now. That have worked on it literally day in and day out, every day. It's crazy. So, yeah, I would say you could just work with those people and get it done, at least the translations and stuff. And I mean, there's other stuff, too, that I'm working on translating, aside from this, that I haven't been public about. And I feel the exact same way. Like, my intention is to, I don't know yet. I'm not sure, because there's a lot of legal things that I don't want to get involved in. But I at least want to talk about what's in some of these things. And let the community know what's in it. So that's what I'm going to say about that for now. But if Sega was like, oh, we didn't release that because it wasn't in English and it would be really hard to translate it, it's like, well, if I've done it, then, reach out to me and we'll head a very generous deal your way, I promise. Because I'm not looking to profit off of any of this. It's all just passion.
I've noticed that in the Shining Force community, there's a lot of tremendous work that's been done, and I don't think I've ever seen. I've never seen a mod that's pay to download. I'm sure there's plenty of opportunities to show your support in other ways, but you're right. There's not people out here they're doing it to make a quick buck. Clearly, there's not a quick buck to make in the Shining Force community.
No, and people have talked to me about before, like the viewership of different things, and it's like, I'm really doing this because it's my favorite series, and I'm working, the other series I'm doing is because SRPG is my favorite genre. If I really wanted to make a bunch of money, I would pick a different genre and not cover Shining Force.
So if it wasn't the strategy RPG genre, what would it be? Is it JRPGs, or is Nihil actually secretly a teabagging FPS master?
I've thought about putting some, I think it was, I talked about it in a segment I edited out. I've thought about, I've gotten very into Gundam, and they're putting out a new FPS that you might see some gameplay of here. I don't know, I might test that out, see what people think. It's gonna be a while before it even comes out, but I don't want to, like, burden you with all that either. It would just be, like, some highlights and stuff to maybe bring in some new people. But really, it's just, I like to play lots of different things. If you're curious about some of the things that I do play, I just finished Raft with my girlfriend and her little brother. That was a pretty good experience. They didn't like how the story ended. I thought it ended okay. I just started Divinity Original Sin with them as well, and that's been pretty fun so far. That's a pretty big RPG. I like the Warriors games a lot, but there's no money in Warriors games coverage either. I watch some of those people, and they do a great job, but they ain't making...
When you say warrior games, like Dynasty Warriors?
Yes, Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors. I was playing Samurai Warriors 5 today, because I had not played that one. But I just started it today, and I was really enjoying that.
I'm surprised to hear that there's not a viewership for that. Maybe not for the base games, but there was the new Fire Emblem game that just came out. There's been a Zelda spin-off. I suppose with Nintendo, there's always copyright.
The spin-offs, yes. There is some viewership for that. I've been watching some people... I'm not watching too much because I don't want to get spoiled. But I watched some people play the new Fire Emblem Warriors, and I think they do well because they're really established Fire Emblem channels that are doing that. And I didn't see the viewership I wanted on my Fire Emblem Let's Play, and I think that partially is that I was really new. But the other part of it was that if you are really into Fire Emblem, you already have your YouTubers you watch. And that would be a lot... It would be difficult to break into, and I would be covering ground that a lot of people have already covered. Which, I sort of look at things and I'm like, could I do it better than those people? And some of them, the answer is yes, but a lot the answer is no. Can I be more... Could I do it better than some of them? I'm not sure. So I'm just not going to do ground that's already being covered. That's sort of what I'm doing. Well, I have a new bowl, too. Yeah, let's look at that. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, the Hydra looks cute in this. I thought he would be a lot scarier looking.
This Hydra has aspirations to move up in Zeon's organization.
He does. I don't know. But I was gonna say too, another reason that I didn't go that route is the Fire Emblem community is insane. They are absolutely insane. The Shining Force people have been super nice. I've not met anybody that I didn't like, honestly. I've met some people that are very opinionated, but I can recognize that comes from passion, and they're not bad people. And I have a lot of patience for that. I really do. Like, I'm very passionate. Like, it's whatever. But man, some of the Fire Emblem people are just... Whew. I'm not into drama. And there's just a lot of drama all the time. Over the dumbest things.
You have to wonder if Shining Force were to get the size of community that Fire Emblem got, just wouldn't attract some of those people.
Absolutely.
Does Shining Force benefit from having these smaller but more intimate communities?
It does in some ways. There's pros and cons. I've talked about it a little bit before, that that's the one thing that the mobile game being canceled, that's the one thing that I'm like, is that we've got a good thing going, and flooding it with a ton of people would definitely change that dynamic. And so there's that, but on the other hand, there's also Shining Force would make a lot more money, and that would get us more things. And so it's been a roller coaster for me as a Fire Emblem fan as well. Because I've been a Fire Emblem fan for decades at this point. And so I kind of saw this change, and I do think it used to be a less rabid, I think is a good word, community. People were a lot more chill. And now getting in a lot of younger people, and people that are not into chill SRPG games has changed it a lot. But there's also that, Intelligent Systems put out a thing the other day saying, We have more people employed than we ever thought we could. We have multiple teams working on multiple games, and we're excited for what this means for the future. And it's also hard to be upset about that, you know?
Absolutely.
I want the best for everybody, really. And, I mean, this has definitely been what's best for them. But I don't know. I'm just not into the drama.
Make some tier lists, and drama will follow you.
Well, I don't know. That's a little different. Like, I can handle that. Like, I'm very into, like, I don't know. I always worry about saying anything because I worry, like, what you court doing that. I'm kind of, like, very into free speech as well, so I'm like, I don't really police my comments very much. I've gotten some that I would say are a little bit rude, but I kind of just don't care. Like, it's, again, you have an opinion about my content, and I'm grateful that you gave my content enough of a try that you have an opinion, I guess. Even if I don't agree with what that opinion is. But, some of it's been helpful. You know, not all of it's been, like, not all negative feedback is bad. Do I want to end this with Geralt? Yeah, probably.
I think that's my last guy, so even if you didn't kill him, that is the boss, but I don't think it would matter.
Yeah, I was more of just, do I want to feed that experience to Geralt? But yes, I'm happy with that. And enough of my rambling. You've got my thoughts on a lot of things. I never know how much people want my thoughts. I'm guilty!
Perfect segue.
Yeah, very, very interesting segue. Hey, there's Lemon. I've killed a lot of people for the devils. The guilt is too much to handle. I must die. Ah, another hole. Gee, Lemon killed himself.
So blithe.
Yeah, like, that is a screenshot right there of, like, a meme. Like, oh, okay. No, Lemon cannot die by jumping off a cliff. Lemon is an immortal vampire. Which I'm still just... how? But I'm sure the impact didn't feel too good. Do I get to watch him crawl out of there? Yeah. I can't believe it. I want to die, but I can't. Oh, that's... Alright, that's all he wants to... He can turn in the hole, that's funny. Alright. Are there people here? But yeah, I don't know how much people care about my thoughts on things, so I never know how much to say, because there's a lot of people that just don't care, and my answer is fair enough. Yeah, let's play that piano.
After all those comments about pianos in Gollum, we sure had better.
Something open somewhere. We've got a different song I haven't heard before. I think I've looked at the bookshelves already. I like this soundtrack a lot. I don't know why I haven't heard this one. I've actually listened to the soundtrack of this game a decent amount. Oh, hello. Ah, devils finally found the hidden door. I must give the people time to escape. The priest pulls out a holy symbol.
Didn't think you were going to be fighting a priest today, did you?
What's he doing? No, I definitely didn't. He's mistaking us for devils. It's interesting that he, like, is trying. I didn't expect that. My symbol doesn't drive them away. Excuse me, we're not devils. I don't believe you. But we really... Brother? Chaz, they found the hidden door. I tried to drive them away with this holy symbol, but I failed. Then they're not devils. Nobody but devils ever come to such a dangerous place. They must be devils. Have you asked them? How can we explain this? We are from Grand Seal. We came here to defeat the devils. Grand Seal? Really? Alright. This is great news. Are you Sir Astral? Man, everybody knows who Astral is. Yes, but I'm sorry, have we met? I'm Chaz, a son of Howl. Oh, cool! So, Kaizen's teacher was Howl, yeah?
Yes, this is the town where we met Kaizen all those long episodes ago.
Oh. So Howl had a son. Sounds like more than one, but maybe that's just what he calls his pupils, I don't know. Do you remember me? Howl's son? Oh, Chaz! Yes, of course. Nice to see you again. Man, Astral knows all these people too. What are you doing here? I came back to Yield to continue my father's work. Chaz, maybe you can answer some questions. I'll try. What would you like to know? Oh, this will be a great help. You can use the room below. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. Okay.
Watching this makes me think that we need a young Astral game.
That'd be interesting. And now we're here. Wow, your story is so complicated. Yeah, it kind of is when you try to explain it. But from what I understand, Zeon is reviving. And all these disasters were caused by him. That's right. We have to find out where the Holy Sword is. I think I've seen it in a book. Yes, I did, but I don't remember. It's important. Please, give me a moment. Is he just pacing, thinking? Was it this one? Oh, okay, he's... Oh, okay, yeah, he's grabbing it. I thought he was gonna be like, I have it in my pocket. No, that's not it. How about this one? This is like me trying to get what I want from the blacksmith. Yeah, I got it. Is that the right one? Yes, but... But what? The most important part is missing. It's been stolen. Who could have taken it? Oh, we've lost the key. Not necessarily, Sir Astral. Believe in Bowie. He was chosen by the gods. Yeah, that's a way of looking at that. Speaking with Vulcan on and being told to get out of here. Yes, Peter is right. Bowie is our leader. Bowie, we have to find the Holy Sword and the door to the tower. Fetch, boy. The legends only hint of you, but we believe in you, okay? Believe in the power of your jewel.
That's right. There's not many people who have not one but two jewels fused in their neck. That's got to be worth something.
Apparently they're on a chain, I've been told.
Really? But are there not moments in the game when they try to pull them off and that they're stuck?
Yeah, they're stuck on a... I assume the chain is too short. Like, it can't fit over... You'd have to cut his head off to get it off, is my thought.
Oh, that's so much less interesting than I was thinking. I kind of just always assumed that it was like, you know, a jewel was stuck inside of his, you know, his chest or something.
I mean, that's exactly how it seems to me. Like, that's how it reads to me. But I've just been told it seems to be on a chain, and there's like one... I forget what it was. Somebody in the comments probably can help. There was like one contextual thing that kind of hinted at that, and I was like, oh, okay. I think Neutral told me that. Bowie, would you mind if I went with you? No, Chaz, you have to continue your work. I knew you'd say that, but I can't continue my work if Zeon revives. A very astute observation. Also, as a historian, I want to see the King of the Devils. Fair. Chaz will just follow us if you don't let him join us. Yeah, like Zinc and Freya, like, it's much better to let him join. Peter's right. Okay. Chaz the Wizard has joined the Force. Here's fan art of Chaz. If there is such a thing. I'm sure there is. If not, I know a lot of people think he looks like Jesus, so here's a picture of Jesus.
I have to assume that the fan art of Chaz, the mustache, is just fantastic.
Hopefully. I'm so excited. This is not a sightseeing tour. Okay, let's go, Bowie. Welcome, you just... Okay, yeah. I did need this, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm still trying to remember what the conversation was that made me realize, oh, it's on a chain, but I can't remember what it was. You have another desire? No. I don't know.
There's a certain level of slapstick in this game. Again, back to if they throw Bowie at Zeon. It is very silly. So the idea that the reason that Bowie is destined to have these is because nobody was strong enough to break the chain around his neck. That does fit.
Yeah. All right, this is super suspicious. What is this? Is this not a thing? I don't know why they do that to me.
I don't think so. Let me see.
Oh, hello. Alright, I'll have to get that. What's up, boy? Let's see. Do we have any... Oh, it's just an item guy. I think we're good on items, unless there's a... Are there any... yeah, there's some things. Okay, we'll buy that. Yes. I'll give it to somebody else, and off screen I'll fix that. I'm just expecting that to work. Okay. Alright, the evil ring, we gotta get that. And as Sean said, equip all these things, because there's definitely nothing bad that would happen. Yeah, I think that's all we need. Alright, we gotta figure out our way into there. I think it fits with my earlier comments too. If there ever is, like, ever, I don't think I've talked about it before. If there's ever drama in the Shining Force world, which would surprise me, my official stance is gonna be no stance, and I'll work with everybody. That's just what I do. That's
the best way to keep the subscriber counts high.
Yeah, there's that, but there's also just that I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I can't be bothered to keep up with it, like, whatever, you know?
Well, and that's why I came into this conversation with questions to ask you, because when you're talking to Neutral, you can ask Neutral all kinds of questions. He's got such a wealth of knowledge. Yes. Talk to Chaos Wizard about all of the different mod stuff that they're doing. You know, for those of us who are they're just here to have some fun, you know, it's good to just keep the conversation light.
Yeah, for sure. But it's also like, I've had people talk to me a little bit about Shining stuff, and it's like, I know there's some beefs that go on, but I'm like, you know, we're all playing the same 30-year-old game, and any beefs that happened usually were like 20 years ago. Sir Astral, Bowie, wait. But yeah, like you said, I'm just here to have a good time. May I join your force? Well? You can trust me, I'm a born fighter. Well, that's all I need to know. No, I'm just kidding. As you know, I want to... It doesn't get less funny. I keep thinking that Lemon's, like, insatiable desire to commit suicide will get less funny, and it just doesn't. Like, it's funny that this was probably tragic back in the day, but, like, our modern-day humor has broken me so much.
Oh, I don't know. I imagine this being read by one of the guys in Monty Python, and it just fits perfectly.
Yes, yeah, it is very Monty Python-esque. As you know, I want to die. Now I know what his voice is, yeah. I will die fighting for your cause, if you let me. He's a hero in Gallum. I think he should join us. Gallum's definitely never done anything suspicious, or that would make them not trustworthy, so... As we surround him. Lemon, please come with us. You'll be a great help. Lemon, the Red Baron, has joined the force. Okay, so here's a question I have. So, Jaha, I made a Baron, but he is a Red Baron specifically. Does that mean anything?
It does. He is a Baron in combat, but he is one of two characters along with Peter that does not have to be revived if they die in battle.
Because he's an immortal vampire who can't die.
Exactly, but he behaves in combat the same way as a Baron.
That is hysterical to me. I don't know. The vampire thing just is funny to me. Like, it's just so... Even for Shining Force, it's so random. Oh, thank you. I know I can take the King of the Devils. It's just so random. I don't know what to make of that. Okay, so we're gonna have to make some decisions here. About Chaz and Lemon. He's got Blaze 2 and Freeze 3. I kind of want to use Chaz. I think Sheila leaves.
Yeah, I can't say that Sheila has been adding much in the battles that we've done.
No. And Lemon, we definitely want. I don't know. Maybe I don't want Chaz. Okay, Claude, Chaz. Chaz, maybe. Claude and Zinc have to stay. Karna, I think at this point, has to stay. Luke...
If you get rid of Luke, you'll be disappointing everybody on the channel.
Then Luke has to stay.
Your commitment to Luke has been admirable.
I like Geralt and May. I don't know. I'm tempted to replace May, but I know she's a favorite too. I think that just because of how many people we have, I think we just don't have room for Chaz. Unfortunately. But it's a good problem to have. That I have too many people I want to use. Let's give him some things real quick though. Like the White Ring, maybe? Oh wait, the White Ring's unequipable from him? I think we have to do that. Even if it curses him. Oh yeah, you can't use the White Ring. So somebody told me curses don't stack. At least in Shining Force 1.
That's definitely true in Shining Force 1. Unfortunately, like you, that's where my expertise lies. I don't know how much that's true in Shining Force 2.
It's unequipable to him, though. Can he not equip rings? Is that my problem? He just can't wear rings?
You know, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can help you out here in the moment. I'm not, yeah.
Like, if I even did this, can he even? Yes. Okay, so he can wear, like, the running ring. I don't know. That's a little odd. I don't know what I want to give him then. But I think that you will have to find out next time. Is that about where we should call this one, you think?
Actually, I'd say let's give it about 5 more minutes.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of story, and I think you'll find it's a really good stopping point for your next co-host.
Okay. I'm gonna do a save state here just in case I want to like do something. All right, let's press on a little bit more. So I don't know where to go to do that. Oh, I can't get across there.
All right, a little further south.
There's the cave, a cave. Hey guys, it's the end of Shining Force 1. No, I'm just kidding. Just looking out over the ocean. Alright, I assume we go here. Oh, the music tells me I'm right, but what were you about to tell me I'm wrong?
No, I'm not going to say. I was going to say this might look familiar.
Oh, yeah, the prologue.
That's right.
The Jewel of Light begins to glow. The light seems to pull Bowie. I'm not doing any of that, it's just doing it. The jewel glows even brighter. Oh, an opening! The light is leading us! Alright, you want me to go in? Oh!
It's the Master Sword.
The Holy Sword is stuck deeply into the rock. Okay. Is it because Bowie doesn't have space? Okay, let's give the Sky Orb to him for safekeeping. Okay, so... Still stuck. Okay. So we probably need an item. Is it the Sky Orb?
Think back to Shining Force 1. What would you have done in Shining Force 1?
I would have used the jewel or something. Do I have those still somewhere? It's been a long time since I've needed that. I'm just kind of looking through my items here. I don't know. I'll solve it here. Let's see.
I gave you lots of help with the dwarves. I've got to let you struggle at least a little bit.
Alright. So it's not the Sky Orb. I don't think Bowie has to be the one to use it. That would surprise me. I could use the Taros sword. That I'm not supposed to have. Is it the Dry Stone again? No.
Not in the item menu.
Okay. No, it's not casting Bolt on it. What would I do in Shining Force 1? Okay, if I leave, is it like, oh, I can get it? No? Definitely don't give me any more hints. Because sometimes I've been curious, like... I've thought about, if I ever co-host a Let's Play for somebody doing Shining Force 1 for the first time, I'm gonna do, like... I wondered if I guide them kind of to the swimsuit, how long will it take them? Like... I have no idea how long it would take you to solve that.
Welcome to the Nihil channel. On today's episode, we look for a swimsuit for 20 minutes.
It probably wouldn't be on my channel, because I'm talking about, like, co-hosting it for somebody else, like, for their channel, but... Yeah, I do wonder, I just wonder some of these things, like, how long, if you don't know anything, would it take you? Same with, like, yogurt, things like that. Man, I am, like... Oh! No? I was sure that was it. It's not using the Dark Sword. Am I supposed to have Bowie holding the Dark Sword?
I'm not sure that Lemon can unequip the Dark Sword. It's cursed.
Yeah, I would have to go get it unequipped. But that's my next answer. Is that it? Do I need Bowie to hold the Dark Sword and use it?
You do not need Bowie to hold the Dark Sword. As a matter of fact, Lemon is an optional character.
Lemon what?
Is optional. You don't actually have to recruit Lemon if you don't want to.
Really?
I think that's right. I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to, but that's not it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, he will end up in the Force either way, but you don't have to talk to him. He will join his own if you choose to leave him alone. We know you had great concern for Lemon as he sat in his hole in the ground.
Oh.
So the search function was one of the things that people talked about. They hated it about Shining Force 1. You have to search every time you go to look at something. You can't just press A. And in Shining Force 2, everywhere else you can just press A, except here.
That makes no sense. I am real confused on that one. I mean, we gotta use it. But... that's jank. That's weird. Oh, there's the evil axe that I can get now. So that moved one tile. I'm not crazy.
No, you're not.
Okay. So I guess that's their method of saying don't use that to start. Okay. For a second I was like, that's not where I went in, was it? But I think it is. Yeah, okay. I'm being way too paranoid. I still remember. Not me thrilling. Okay. So
let's head over to Bowie's house.
Alright. Is this... no. Alright, maybe I've got to go north around. Yep. What is that? I have... okay. I've seen a lot of things. I've tried really hard to not see the end of this game, and man, I have been successful. What is that?
It was mentioned in an earlier conversation. People referred to the devil's head.
Man, I didn't internalize that the way I needed to. A statue of a devil's head. It looks ready to bite you. Oh yeah, people talked about that. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I want to try waving the Sword of Darkness at it first. No. Okay. Well, if I use the Sword of Light, does he wake up and tell me good morning? Yep. Oh, it's Aladdin! Oh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about what just happened. Nothing is there. Yeah, okay. But... okay. You said there's a stopping point. I guess I'll know it when I see it.
Oh no, I would say this is it. This is it. We are at the entrance to the Cave of Wonders.
All right.
After this, there's no turning back.
Okay. Well, I mean, I am just... my mind is kind of blown. Yeah, I'm definitely still seeing stuff that I'm like, man, just the creativity, like... another Claude's recruitment was another one that I'm like, man, this is just cool. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know what to say even, but like, we're there. It's been a long journey, but we're there. And thank you all for joining on that journey. You as well, Sean.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be a part of this.
I guess this is where we'll cut this episode, and next time, I can't fathom what's next. But more lava and stuff. Maybe we'll see Evil Spirit again, because the last time I saw a place that looked like this, that's where he was there. I'm assuming he's dead forever. I'm kind of joking, but I have no idea what to expect. This is insane. And the head outside, like, I can just leave and be like, yep, that's fine. Man. You see stuff in this game that you don't see in anything else. Is there anything to find on this map? Like, oop, what? It just hard reset for some reason.
Oh, I think that was me. I'm sorry. I hit a button on my keyboard. I didn't. I hit the Windows key. Is that a hard reset on Parsec?
I don't know.
Oh no! What did I just do?
It's fine.
All right, so you still have to go get the sword again,
yes,
and then go back in with the devil. Okay,
I will do that off camera. This has been amazing. I don't even know what to say. I keep being surprised. And I don't know. I'm just blown away. This game is awesome, but a lot of you have told me this game is awesome, and I wholeheartedly agree. 2 thumbs up. It's pretty awesome. So, that's about all I've got today. You got anything else, Sean, that you want to make sure you say?
No, I'll put my viewer back on. I can't wait to see the conclusion.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'm really glad to have gotten you on as part of this, and I think people will want to see you back. That is my
I look
thought.
forward to it.
So, thank you all for tuning in. Next time, into the Devil's Head, wherever that leads. See you then.
Time don't feel so linear, with heartbreak so familiar. We all know what's insane, so why not break the chain, break the chain, break the chain, break the chain.